but it works for us.
All right, guys, we're gonna have to break for. Did you have something else you wanted to add there, Doc?
No, I
Okay.
derailed that train of thought.
Okay, man. We're gonna break for commercial. We'll be back in just a few, folks. Stay with us. ChampCar.Live. Back in a moment. Yeah.
An important decision is afoot. This man is about to buy tires on TireRack.com. Tire Rack is the leading online retailer of tires in North America and a repository of advice and expert reviews. And it's done! All that's left is to arrange for safe, easy installation at one of our independent recommended installers. Well, I guess he did that too. TireRack.com, the way tire buying should be.
Come on, Road. Do your worst. We'll be at our best. Engineered to meet or exceed original equipment performance exclusively at AutoZone.
Frozen rotors from Diversified Cryogenics deliver increased performance and a higher level of safety, while significantly reducing braking system costs.
So to tell you a little bit about the durability of this product. So we have seen an incredible extension of the life of our brake rotors using frozen rotors. We've gone from brake rotors every other weekend to 6 weekends on one set of brake rotors, and I think they can go farther. The durability has been amazing, and it's been a fantastic season, and man, a lot of that is due to the way our car can brake on those frozen rotors.
For more information, go to frozenrotors.com.
Lifeline USA is a leading manufacturer of onboard fire suppression systems. Lifeline's continuous commitment to research and development ensures that we supply the most innovative and cutting-edge products available. Used by the majority of the world's motorsport championship-winning teams and constructors, Lifeline has a proven history of success. Lifeline offers a complete range of fire suppression systems for all budgets and needs, and we continue to push development and limits on both extinguishant materials and our patented delivery systems to make the race car environment almost as safe as sitting on your sofa at home. Every kit has been designed for a professional and simple installation. For more information and to purchase your Champ Car fire suppression system, go to www.lifeline-fire.com. Located in Northeast Ohio with 40 years of combined experience, Money Shift Racing knows how to deliver performance and safety, offering everything you need to get your vehicle and drivers ready for race day. From safety equipment to full engine assembly and repair, in-house fabrication, 3D design, and rapid prototyping. Money Shift Racing. Performance done right.
Do your worst. We'll be at our best. Triple tested to meet or exceed original equipment performance exclusively at AutoZone.
All right, welcome back everyone to Champ Car Live, presented by AutoZone. It is the RVA Graphics and Wraps Daytona Beach 14 at Daytona International Speedway, the World Center of Racing. I'm Paul Veltum with Doc Waldrop, Bill Strong, and I'm not sure if Tiffany's going to be able to rejoin us tonight. but appreciate all her help today.
Like we said, she's got a life.
Yeah, we're just goofing off.
Yeah. Trying to keep our phony baloney jobs.
Yeah. So Rockwell Auto Sport Development, BBY, the 97 Porsche Boxster, finds themselves in the lead of this race.
And they're turning almost identical times.
And this is a team that knows how to win races, Doc.
Yeah. Yeah, Rockwell's, yep. BBY Racing, they raced a Honda S2000, I think, at VIR, led most of the 24 hours before they dropped out. But yeah, they field multiple cars. They will even build you a Porsche Boxster to race in whatever budget racing endurance series you want to race in.
Second place right now, Team Infinity back about a lap, 202 laps into this race. Rentec Motorsports shown in third place. Then it's Team London, Kennedy Cars, Rockwell Autosport in number 715 in sixth. Then we have Headquarter Automotive JEP Racing, the number 3 TLM Marathon Coach USA car, and Six Bangers in ninth, and then Level 1 Racing in 10th.
Level 1's got a little bit of work to do to catch the leader of A-Class. They are on the Level 1 looks to be 1 lap down to them.
Yeah, John Allen Special, just about 12 seconds the gap to Rockingham. If there's a way they could catch them now, right? They did just turn a lap time that was a little bit quicker, a 2:29 to a 2:32. 12 seconds the gap, maybe. You might be able to reel them in. Looks like the Shark car just ahead of John Allen Special right now. Again, they're in second place.
That Mini is fast. Like I said, they had a third overall at Road Atlanta, which is generally considered a fast track. Certainly a very technical track, and a lot of drivers, that's their favorite track because it is so technical. Is that Infinity right in front of John Allen?
Yeah.
Okay. Look at that. I was right like twice in a broadcast. I'll alert the media. Oh, wait, we are the media. Never mind. I'll tell Bill. He won't believe me.
We've got it on tape.
Yeah.
We got the video evidence here, man.
Correct, we do. Can't hold up a trophy, but at least I can hold that up.
Then we go back on board with your leader, Rockwell Autosport. Looks like Headquarter Automotive might have ducked into the pits out of 10th place as your A-Class leader.
Oh.
That should hand things over to Level 1 here.
Why, yes, it should. They're on the same lap now. Of course, I assume Headquarter Automotive stopped for fuel, so that's going to be a 5-minute stop. So they should be, Level 1 should take the lead of A-Class.
Yeah.
John Special is our leader in B-Class, so they hold on to that lead. They'll, of course, get a trophy. All of our class winners get trophies. If you're a regular viewer, you've seen our trophies. Excuse me. The winner, the overall winner of this race, it's a dolphin. Shaved out of automotive parts, of course.
Yeah, I've got a video here from one of our, I think it was the first race of the year here at Road Atlanta.
So most of them are I know one of the class winners here, that's the Alien, of course. One of our class winner trophies is a true to Bill's heart, what's the critters called? That Bill's always posted.
The Minions.
Minions, yeah. So one of them is a Minion. Most of them are
TLM.
science fiction.
Slow on the apron.
Oh, TLM.
Yeah.
That's a shame. David Twatty's car was having a good run. So we're seeing Don't know. Perhaps they're just out of fuel. He looked like he was running, so.
Yeah.
Down on the apron, which is what they ask the slower cars to do. So if you have a problem, get down on that apron below the double yellow. So they're talking about a car that's only showing lights on one side of their car. And Ray chimed in. He believes that car, the other headlight, they've got two lights working, but they're both on the same side of the car. And he thinks the third spot for their lights is taken up by the turbo inlet. He said the turbo inlet. I believe it's probably the fresh air intake for the manifold.
Yeah,
That
thing.
That's as technical as I get, folks. I'm sticking to my strengths.
Now it's Rockingham that's behind the Infinity car.
Yep, that's not Dan in the car, I don't believe. He's got his name boldly emblazoned on the side of his helmet with the Rockingham logo.
This is
the
exciting.
pig on the rocket.
Yeah.
I don't think it's as good as a beer keg with wheels, but you know, it's
to each his
personal.
own. Yeah.
Yeah, he's got a set of googly eyes.
Yeah.
So.
Some good news for Floridian fans. They've rejoined the race.
Oh, sweet. Yeah, TLM is not shown turning laps at the moment, and level 1 has indeed taken the lead of our A-Class. And level 1 has a lap on him now. So, of course, level 1's going to have to come in and get fueling, but so will Headquarter Automotive. They didn't quite make the time they needed to get out with under 2 hours left, so they're going to have to stop again as well.
Thanks for joining us, everyone. We appreciate it. Got about 97 likes on this broadcast. I got over 200 of you watching. If you'd please hit that like button for me, I should appreciate it here on our YouTube channel.
And stick with us. We still have 2 hours and 16 minutes unofficially left in this race that will checker at 11 p.m. Eastern Standard Time.
And just so you guys know, on our YouTube channel, on the chat, we got to keep it like better than PG. I can't allow those posts to go through if they're not clean. Okay, I want your post to be seen, but I can't allow those to go through if they've got anything in there that's not rated G. So keep that in mind.
Who's waiting for the Martinsville NASCAR race to start? Racer 1148 is asking. They must be under a rain delay as well. So I think the green flag was scheduled at 8 p.m. Oh, come on. Martinsville's a great race, Timothy. Lots of beating and banging. Frank saying 2 E34 BMWs in the top 5. What the hell? Family sedans? It's like, come on, Frank. We race E30s. NASCAR is as rigged as wrestling. That is not true, Marquis, because you know how I can tell? Because you can bet on NASCAR races in Vegas. And that's how to make any wrestling fan quiet. Oh, wrestling's real. Nope, can't bet on it in Vegas. You can bet on anything in Vegas, but not wrestling. So they're calling in a team that's only got one brake light. You must have 2.
Yeah.
RDC Autosports. We used to race NASCAR in 2000, 2004. We were a caution car. Yeah, rain in Martinsville. I figured as much. Martinsville's not that far from VIR. So we've had some NASCAR stars come over from Martinsville to race with us when the race at Martinsville was called because of rain. I know Tony Stewart raced with us there. Kenny Schrader. Kenny Schrader will race anything. Well, so will Tony for that matter.
Coming around the high side here. Rockwell Autosport still shown as your leader. Team Infinity in second place. Rentec is in third. So a field that started with 10 Mustangs. Right now it's Team Infinity carrying the flag for the D-Class cars. Down into turn one we go.
No, I don't want a smiley face.
Looking for a way through here in the S's, and this is really tight through here.
Gotta buy these.
Good
I gotta
job,
quit
guys.
buying these cheap batteries. They just don't last.
The mouse.
Yeah. Worked till about half of the race. Now I'm on that touchpad, and I'm not very good with touchpads.
Oh.
It's not the touchpad's fault, trust me. Some people get along with them fine.
I'll look at turn 6 as the cars head back up onto the tri-oval.
Headquarters has not shown turning laps yet after their pit stop.
Yeah.
So they've dropped down to 14th place, well behind level 1 racing. Gone down 3 laps. So if we only had a pit reporter.
TLM also shown not turning laps. 206 laps complete.
Yeah, we saw that car coasting down on the apron recently.
DAS Idiots and Not Fast, Just Furious also not turning laps right now. And the DAS Idiots, the only Volkswagen Jetta in the field this weekend.
That is several of our former board members are campaigning that car. They're all in Florida here.
Yeah, hopefully they can get that car back out there. Here's an active, not their day for the race, but they did get some decent track
not
time.
Not the day for their sister car, as it were, with crowd control racing.
No.
Who hit the turn 5 tire barriers while leading this race. The fairly substantial damage to the left front corner. So
yeah, that really sucks.
And they want that championship bad. Road America should be a good track for that car. Is that a car stopped right there near the pit wall in turn 1? Looks like it.
I think it's a tire bundle.
No, there's lights on it. Yeah, there is a group of white tire bundles that separate or keep you if you hit that wall. It lessens the impact, but I don't know. Maybe it's just the way the lighting is hitting it, but it looks like 2 headlights.
Follow these guys down into turn 1 and see if we see anything. How about that?
Sounds like a plan. No, I didn't see a car. Great, now I have to have my eyes checked.
Mazda 626. I don't know if I got that car number right. I thought it was 626.
It's 626, I think.
Yeah, I don't think that's right, yeah.
I don't know. Sometimes they ask teams to change their number. No, it's a 626.
Yeah, that's not right. I'll get it changed here.
Hey, you got the car number. You got the car team name right.
Yeah.
And the type of car, come on. You're 2 out of 3. You bat 600, you bat 666, you're in the Baseball Hall of Fame, buddy.
There we go. Let's see.
Thank
what
God
else?
it was at the end, huh? You didn't have to backspace too much.
Right. Hazmat's out there still turning laps, but the Lincoln Felder Racing Lincoln not turning laps.
Oh, no.
So, like you said, Doc, we've had quite a bit of attrition there. Brew Crew not turning laps.
Yeah. I think we're done for the night.
But Floridian was able to rejoin, and the Misfit Motorsports guys, their first race ever for 4 of the 5 team members out there turning laps too. So, good news for those guys.
That's what you want to do. Get seat time. I think that was the Rockwell car going past there on driver's right. It's a black Boxster.
Yeah.
So Team Infinity's turning a little bit quicker laps. Last lap a 221.9, whereas Rockwell Autosport Development turned a 225.0. So a little bit quicker, but like I said, he's got to pass him twice. And you know Team Infinity's going to stay out as long as they can, hoping for another caution.
Absolutely.
And he should be able, we saw him stay in the pits when we went green and fueled that car. So car number 985 does not have brake lights. That is the Bent Over Racing in their 97 BMW 325i. I want to say that's an E46, but I don't have my cheat sheet with me.
There's the shark car.
So they're black flagging, well, they're sending one of our volunteers or one of the staff members down to Witchwood Motorsports, the number 30 car. They've ignored 6 black flags. They've got some problems with their tail lights and brake lights. So they've been ignoring the black flag or not seeing the black flag. The driver doesn't know what car number he's in.
Right.
Something along those lines.
Sure. Hope so for his sake.
Yeah. Or he will get a stern talking to.
It will not be good. They'll stop scoring you. I'm surprised they're still scoring them really after 6 laps. Rentec Motorsport and the Mercedes in 3rd place. They just set their FTD for the day. A 213.8.
Wow. They're moving.
That's getting down there, brother.
They're on the same lap as, no, Team Infinity just crossed the Tyrant scoring. So they're on lap 208. Rentec is on lap 207. But that's a full 10 seconds faster.
GBU has the fastest lap time of the event with a 2:10.
Yeah, they didn't last long, though.
No. Rockingham looking for a way around the inactive machine. Around the high side.
High, wide, and handsome. And GBU completed, looks like 38 laps. But yeah, that 210 is pretty impressive. So Rockwell was able to turn a 220.6, Team Infinity a 223.6. So that's probably as a result of traffic, because Team Infinity was laying down some pretty consistent laps for quite some time. So
Oh, splitting these two guys, leading the race. Actually had someone faster come up on the outside, and now it looks like he's falling back a little bit. Look at this.
Thought better of trying to pass him on the outside.
Keeping an eye on things here as they come down the
Looked
front
like the
straightaway.
front end of a Miata, so he might have just run out of steam.
Down into turn one we go.
A little bit of correction in the wheel, but not bad.
Yeah. That means you're getting all of it, most likely.
I like
You
the
get
old NASCAR races.
twitchy.
They always said, he holds a pretty wheel.
That sounds like something you'd hear from a Southerner.
Yeah, and of course, yeah, you know, they had all sorts of great, you know, I love the Sterling Marlin interviews. Sterling was from Tennessee and says, I don't know, she was running good, she just blowed up.
Sterling Marlin, the guy had probably the worst luck of anybody in NASCAR.
Oh, he did. He was leading the championship, got injured. So we had him at a corporate event I did right after that. And, you know, he was great with the guests and everything, but you could tell, you know, that was, I'm not sure if that was a year that Sterling got out of his car during a red flag and tried to adjust his front fender in a NASCAR race. And they were like, get him back in his car. He's not allowed to do that.
Yeah.
Sterling was a good old boy, though. But he ran every word together. I don't know. We was running good, just blowed up. Of course, the Burton brothers were great interviews, too, from Virginia. Heavy accents.
That's great.
Yeah, NASCAR interviews used to be so much fun. One of my favorite shows was Inside Winston Cup.
Yeah.
With Michael Waltrip and Kenny Schrader, because both of them would say anything on air.
Yeah.
And of course, they played off each other constantly.
So after 211 laps, Rocket, well, Autosport is the leader of this race, up a couple laps, or at least one lap over Team Infinity in their 94 J30, and then it's Rentec Motorsports behind them, followed by Team London in their BMW, Kennedy Cars, Rockwell Autosport, then it's Six Bangers, Level 1 Racing, Dynasty Racing, and ZR None. So we're going to take a quick break here, folks, and be back here in just a moment. Stay with us. Don't go anywhere. We'll be back in a moment.
Welcome to TireRack.com, revolutionizing tire buying since 1979. With our unmatched selection of branded products, finding what fits your vehicle and is right for you and how and where you drive has never been easier. Through helpful online shopping tools that include our professional hands-on reviews done at the introduction of a tire and consumer reviews that give real-world feedback over the life of the tire, you can make the right tire choice and find exactly what you need. And if you prefer to talk to someone, our tire testers, our sales team, are available on the phone. And that's how we get you the right tire for you and your vehicle for where and how you drive.
Bring on the frozen tundra, the grinding gravel, the cratered concrete, the rain-soaked streets. Come on, road. Do your worst. We'll be at our best. Reliable performance in unreliable conditions. Designed to meet or exceed original equipment performance. That's why more auto technicians choose Duralast parts. Exclusively at AutoZone.
Located in Northeast Ohio with 40 years of combined experience, Money Shift Racing knows how to deliver performance and safety, offering everything you need to get your vehicle and drivers ready for race day. From safety equipment to full engine assembly and repair, in-house fabrication, 3D design, and rapid prototyping. Money Shift Racing. Performance done right. Discovery Parts is a veteran-owned racing and safety equipment company. While we're located inside Atlanta Motorsports Park in Dawsonville, Georgia, Discovery Parts can also be found at the tracks, supporting a number of Champ Car Series events. We take pride in being a reseller of the best of the industry to Champ Car teams and drivers. We know racing, love racing, and look forward to tomorrow to even more racing. Visit us at discoveryparts.com. Lifeline USA is a leading manufacturer of onboard fire suppression systems. Lifeline's continuous commitment to research and development ensures that we supply the most innovative and cutting-edge products available. Used by the majority of the world's motorsport championship-winning teams and constructors, Lifeline has a proven history of success. Lifeline offers a complete range of fire suppression systems for all budgets and needs, and we continue to push development and limits on both extinguishant materials and our patented delivery systems to make the race car environment almost as safe as sitting on your sofa at home. Every kit has been designed for a professional and simple installation. For more information and to purchase your Champ Car fire suppression system, go to www.lifeline-fire.com.
Come on, road. Do your worst. We'll be at our best. Engineered to meet or exceed original equipment performance exclusively at AutoZone.
All right, welcome back everyone to Champ Car Live, presented by AutoZone. After 213 laps, it's Rockwell Autosport leading this race over Team Infiniti. Welcome back everyone. I'm Paul Veltum. Got Doc Waldrop here with me.
Well,
Tiffany,
yes, I still am.
I think Tiffany's done for the night. We'll get Bill, maybe we might hear from Bill later on.
Bill was done at the beginning of the broadcast. I'm just kidding. Because I know sometimes he listens to the broadcast on the drive home. So I have to put that asterisk at the end that I was just kidding. No, he's been helping out the staff.
We'd have to ask the staff, though. I mean, if it's like with me, I think I'm helping. I'm
Right.
not. I'm not.
I think they gave me this job to keep me out of trouble. Or keep me from causing trouble.
Here's John Allen Special leading the B class still.
Well, yes, they are. Still chasing
12th.
Rockingham.
Yeah.
He's only 7.38 seconds behind them and turning about 2 seconds a lap quicker, so he should catch him here.
Rockingham just sounds like this big, nasty beast of a race car.
Yeah.
And then you've got this Mini Cooper that's chasing him
Right.
down. It's like, okay.
I remember one of our first races. I just got passed by a Honda Civic. And it's like that Honda Civic is one more races than you can count, you know?
Right.
It was our bank. It's like, we're not in our bank's league yet, guys. And that's a fast Honda Civic. But it was on the back straight, I think, at Road Atlanta. And, I mean, he just whistled past us.
On board with your leader here. John Allen.
Yep, and we should see that pass coming up fairly soon if he does indeed manage to get past Dan Retzler's car, Rockingham, because that it's hard to miss that. How is the color described as?
Oh, yeah, let me look that up.
It's like 10 words strung together.
Yeah.
It's lime green something.
Yeah, I really appreciate you guys filling out these sheets, on the form submission, so we get more information about you. It's really cool. And yeah, here we go. It is bright freaking acid Miata don't dive bomb me green.
I love the Miata don't dive bomb me.
There's obviously a painful story.
I'm sure there is.
It's like, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to paint this thing.
Yeah, where you can't possibly
so bright.
miss me.
Cannot miss me.
He's got to make up 2 positions to equal his best finish here last year, which was a 10th place. He's got to pass that D-Class ZR Nunn, a longtime Champ Car competitor, and Dynasty Racing in their C-Class Porsche. That's also a Boxster, so. So they're both those cars are a lap ahead of him. So
Rockwell going by another slower competitor, I should say. It seems like the John Allen Special guys, the drivers are like super animated. Like,
yeah,
I'm thinking it's just one, but it's not. It's like
no,
the next
like
guy that gets in.
That's Justin Lipson, Halston Pittman. I can't remember who their 3rd team driver is, but yeah, and I think that's a lot because they used to run 2 E30s, and here at Daytona they'd bump draft each other, and I know Tracy Hayes, who is the fine gentleman that got us Bob Barsha for the broadcast at Road Atlanta. He called in on the team radio one time and says, "Some car beating on my back bumper," and I looked at it, it's like, "Oh, that's John Allen." They're just bump drafting. Don't worry about it. He said, "Tell them to stop." Something like, "I don't care who they are. Tell them to stop." I don't care if they are friends of yours.
You're right.
Or, oh, so this is what being your friend means, huh?
Yeah.
So they're just funning around with you. Said, "I don't care. Tell them to stop."
Yeah.
And it was said in the tone the same as like Kimi. "Don't tell me what to do. I know what I'm doing." It was very terse, as it were.
Yeah, I did that with I did that with a guy in iRacing, and he did not expect or see it coming, and thought I was trying to wreck him, and he was not happy. Not happy at all.
I thought he was waving somebody on the right, but nobody ever passed him there.
Yeah.
So.
He's heading back out. There's nobody behind him, so I don't know what
there's nobody behind him.
I don't know what. Like I said, they're just really animated.
Maybe the 3rd driver's Italian.
The other guy was the one doing all the signals, the 5s and the 0s, and
right.
It's like, wow. I don't know if the radio was messed up or what that was all about.
I'll talk to him and see if I can find out.
I almost sent him a message saying, "What the heck are these guys doing?"
Yeah.
But that's all right.
Can you guys hear me?
Yeah. Can you hear us?
You sounded a lot like Bill Strong.
Yeah, can you hear me now?
Can you hear us?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay.
Okay, so I was trying to get on pit lane, but I have to go up and do some stuff with Chelsea, and then I'll try and get back on pit lane and do some interviews after this race live on this setup. Sorry you don't see anything because I'm in the car right now, but we'll be over there to do some pit lane interviews.
Well, you got an hour and 45 minutes, so don't dawdle.
What?
Don't dawdle. You've only
How
got
much
an hour
time
and
it-
47 minutes left.
Oh my God.
It's a 14-hour race, Bill.
Yeah, I'll tell you what, this has been an interesting race. Sorry, I've been pulled away and doing other stuff, so I haven't been able to do this.
I heard you calling out the cars on the public address system.
No, that wasn't me.
What?
I hope. That was Chelsea.
It was not Chelsea. I know Chelsea's voice.
No, that was Chelsea calling out. No, we were doing it on our radio.
I thought you were on the public address system.
That was Chelsea. No, they won't let me on a public address system.
Well, they
just
should.
in case I
That's
screw
for
up.
sure. In case.
All right, I'm going to
win.
lose you. Yeah, I'm going through the tunnel here in a second, so I'm going to lose you. I'm actually headed up to the tower, and I'll be back here in a little bit if you want me to come back.
Yes, absolutely.
Okay, Ollie, can you mute me, please? Thank you.
All right. Trying to
We'd love
do
to.
too many things at once here.
I know Bill said it was Chelsea. I assure you it was not Chelsea. She was calling.
Well,
car
she
numbers
was.
that she wanted to see over the radio, and Bill was relaying it over the public address system to pit road. I can assure you. I think Bill's just trying to make me look bad, and as I stated earlier, I don't need any help in that regard. I am entirely self-sufficient when it comes to making me look like an idiot. In fact, I'd like to think I'm at the top of my game.
I'm sure you are. I don't know what to say to that.
Just agree.
I'm just gonna go along with it.
Yeah. There goes the shark car by our camera in turn 6, heading back up on that NASCAR turn 2 banking.
The car really hauls. Man, that really hauls the mail coming out of that 6. I think I'd like to drive that car.
Well, it's an automatic, so it's not like you have to shift.
Yeah, I kind of take
One of
some
the
of the
few
fun out of
automatic
it.
cars we have running in our series, but they, like I said, if there's any well-sorted out cars in this field, it's certainly that car. He's been campaigning that car as long as I can remember at ChampCar. That's not a terribly long time. I started with ChampCar in 2014, but
Oh, Tim asks, Timothy, where do you get the forms for the drivers and the captains? It's on the main website. I'll show you. You go to the live ChampCar.org. On the main page here. And you go down to here where it says it's the live stream event info. Can you guys see that? Yeah. And then you just scroll down past my videos here, and this right here, you just fill this stuff out. And when you send this, like your bio, and if you have a YouTube account, put that in there for me if you're going to be live streaming. And then when you send that, I'll get it. And then I've got, like right now, I've got like 8 different sheets on different drivers that have filled these out and sent them to me. So that's where I'm getting all this background information on people. So if you guys do that, even if you don't stream, I don't care. Just send me your bio information. It's really helpful.
and like I said, in my copious amounts of free time, I may turn those sheets into a PowerPoint so we can look up your information, my car number.
Yeah, sorry I missed your inquiries there, Timothy. I'm scrolling back, seeing you asked like twice, maybe more. Where do you get the form? What are you talking about? Yeah.
Paulie's a little busy making up for my shortcomings.
I'm just making up stuff as I go along.
Yeah, well, strangely enough, timing and scoring seems to agree with the stuff you're making up, so it's probably a rip in the fabric of the universe.
Exactly.
Certainly beyond our control.
Oh, shoot. Yeah, you're welcome, Timothy. Thanks for asking. I appreciate you guys. I got like 114 likes. I know a lot of you guys have already liked the feed, but if the rest of you would please like the broadcast for me, I'd appreciate it.
And you can turn off notifications if you subscribe to us, so we don't pop up every week. But
yeah,
we'd actually wish you'd join us every week. It gives us something to do besides Babylon endlessly.
Yeah. Okay, Rockingham, they've come into the pits. It's probably their last time.
I was just thinking of something. You'll get used to us, kind of like a bad disease. Perhaps a boil, maybe a bad blister.
There's a great line in the movie Get Smart. It's one of my favorite movies.
Right.
I can't remember the lead up to the line, but it's something like, "Oh man, I really enjoy spending time with you." And he's like, "Yeah, we'll give it time. It'll pass." New racing fan. Oh, really? I got you with likes.
His door says, yes, I'll be there Friday unless I'm dead. I swear this darn car is trying to kill me.
We've all been there.
Yeah.
Man, this thing is going to kill me.
Oh,
thanks,
and then
Patrick.
He follows up, I would never turn off your notifications, Doc. Thank you so much, Troy. I still go back to that story when the older couple visited me in Barber and looked in the door, and Bill was standing there, and Bill says, "Can I help you?" And they said, "Yeah, is Doc Waldrop here? We'd love to meet him. We drove from 3 states over to meet him." And poor Bill looked like a whipped puppy. He was crestfallen. And of course, that's where the League of Little Old Ladies came from.
The League of Little Old Ladies, yeah.
Yeah, the LOLOL.
30-minute window to search for yellows. Well, it could happen.
Of course, runs the 901 Motorsports team. He's one of the principals there.
Okay, Rockwell in the pits, hood up. This might be it here, folks. Their last pit stop.
Dylan asked, do we cover all the races? We covered dang near all of them. I think there's only a couple of races we don't handle simply because they don't have the internet service that we need.
Turn the car on! Turn the car on!
So I think this year we're going to do all but 2 races coming up.
Yeah.
We may not do Harris Hill, and we're not going to do Hallett. But yeah, we're generally at all the races.
Yeah, we'll keep an eye on those guys.
Our leader in the pits, of course.
Rockinham's still in the pits. It looks like they've got a floor jack under the car, and they're working on. Oh yeah. Whether they're doing tire changes or what they're doing, I'm not sure, but there's something going on there for Rockingham. So that's gonna play into the hands of the mini guys, right?
Yes, it will.
Sorry about all that
my
noise.
screen must not be refreshing, so because
Sorry,
I'm still
man.
showing the 7-point-something seconds back, and that's obviously changed. This iPad is older than me. Nah, I'm kidding. Nothing's older than me.
So on board with John Allen's special. And they are shown in
Slow spinning
13th.
Circle of Death.
They have indeed passed Rockingham Racing. Rockwell's heading back out.
Yeah, John Allen Special has indeed passed Rockingham. And the next car they're chasing is the ZR Nun. She's showing 1 lap ahead of him.
Six Bangers has also come into the pits out of 7th place.
Why, yes, they have. A-Class leader continues to be level 1 racing.
Just coming.
Valerian Steele has moved into 2nd place in the A-Class.
We're just coming off of an extended red flag due to lightning. If you're just joining us, went back to racing about an hour and a half ago.
There's lightning and an easy up cleanup on pit road.
Yeah, significant easy up carnage.
Yeah. So we wish to offer our sincere condolences to all the easy up parents.
If you'd like to see the carnage, it's over in the garages.
Yeah, it's actually in the blue garages where they tech the cars. So I'm sure there's a huge heap of them.
They dragged all that stuff.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure once the frame buckles, they're pretty much worthless.
Yeah.
So Team Infinity has indeed retaken the lead on Rockwell's pit stop.
Yeah, unfortunately, they're going to have to pit again.
Yeah, Team Infinity is praying for a caution now.
Sure. I think one of our viewers said that's like a 30-minute deal. Popes for the final stint, the number 43, says Kimmy. Thanks for letting us know, Kimmy. I think he's in there right now. So we're on board with Flying Critters, that V6 2005 Ford Mustang.
When the lighting's right, you can see that sticker. It's a stallion with wings. So Randy's team, Randy Popes, is racing for this team, and he has got the Flying Moose. So this is one of his drivers that's normally in Flying Moose, owns a Mustang. So
Yeah.
I think it was a Mustang, he said. So this is the Flying Stallion logo. Looks a lot like a Ferrari logo.
And they're currently in 13th spot when you pull the EC cars out.
Not bad.
Not bad at all. They've had a good race.
Yeah.
Might be able to pick up some positions here, but down a couple laps here from Valerian, so got some work
Several
to do.
teams we're not used to are having good finishes here. We're not used to talking a lot about Team London.
Yep.
The Kennedy cars, I believe that's a new team in our series. Once I get back to Atlanta, I'll be able to check that. ZR Nunn, that Chevrolet Corvette. I don't recall them having particularly good finishes here.
But we've
been
talked
a long
about
time
them.
Champ Car supporter.
Yeah.
That's a
Dynasty.
good looking Corvette too.
Floridia's got their Porsche back out there.
See his predictive lap timer there.
Rockingham has rejoined the race.
No good.
Garage 65 has come into the pits. Looks like that driver's trying to get themselves buckled in there. So a lot of these guys just getting suited up, well, getting themselves for their final
Rockingham
stint.
has dropped to 14th place. He was running in 12th place.
Yeah, they had to do some work in the pits on the car, so that affected their race.
Good to see him back out there. That's our buddy Dan Retzer out of Huntsville, Alabama, Rocket City.
It's like Inactive is also in the pits, probably for the last time. They'll get their next driver in there. And
this is the driver getting out, so.
Back on board with Team Infinity here.
And he's going to try and turn his fastest laps and pray for a yellow. So he just did a 2:29.9. His previous lap was a 2:21, I think I saw real quick before it changed. Rockwell Autosport Development, they turned a 2:32 after their pit stop. Showing him 2 laps down to Team Infinity.
All right.
What are you giggling about?
Oh, we had 113 likes at one point. We had 117 likes at one point. Now it's down to 113.
Was it something we said?
And some people went back and unchecked the like.
Our loyal viewers.
They love us.
They do. They send us cards all the time. You phonies, get off the air. Most of them.
Well, we haven't gotten death threats yet, so we're not worth the bullet.
Well, maybe you haven't.
We're not worth the bullet. It's like, screw those guys.
Easy up, kites flying. Could y'all go on board with the 488? I don't know that we have a camera in that car.
The 488. Let's see who that is.
That is the Easy Racing 2 end all in their Chevy Camaro. So we don't have a camera, otherwise we certainly would.
Yeah.
48 fuel guy just texted me, rain coming down. Let's see, what else?
If you haven't seen our show before, basically we only use 3 cameras. We only have 3 cars that we show. Somebody
that is so not true.
That was so funny, that guy. I think it was the Garage 65 guys. I was talking to them. You only show the same 3 cars the whole race.
Right.
And I was like, how dare you?
Let's see. Bo Darville says it must be getting damp. The times are slowing. That could be. The track doesn't look damp.
You know, I don't see anybody using
and nobody's
wipers,
using
though.
Windshield wipers. But I was just outside, and I mean, every once in a while a drop hit me, but it's not even a sprinkle.
They should be. They should be getting faster with the cooler temperature out there.
So Timothy says that happens because if you're already liked, then hitting it again takes it away.
No. Well, now it's up to 118. They turned the corner on us. Okay.
Marquita Farmer says, Joe Walsh, they send me letters. Tell me I'm great.
Shoot. Sometimes it's just we're looking for a little self-esteem.
Yeah, very little. Any bit helps, though. RDC Autosport says, I tagged you guys on Instagram 488 pit videos.
Oh, cool. Thank you. Doc, want to take us out to commercial, sir?
Sure, awesome. Absolutely. You are watching the TireRack.com Champ Car Endurance Series here on ChampCar.Live, presented by AutoZone. We are at the RVA Graphics and Wraps Daytona 14-hour race. Hang on, folks. We're going to be right back after these brief commercials. Oh, and we got yellow. We're yellow.
Yeah, I don't know.
I don't know why. I haven't heard anything on the radio, but this is what Team Infinity might be looking for.
Yeah. Yeah, it'll be interesting to see if they dive into the pits right here. And I'm just looking through the track cameras to see if I can find any reasoning. Okay, so in this camera view, far off in the distance, you can see what looks like a flashing light. This is
that
NASCAR.
Might be the yellow track light, though.
Yeah, it might be.
So, Tracy says, I love watching Randy's in-car camera. I live vicariously and pretend I'm a great driver. Well, don't we all? So Timothy says,
here we
hurry
go.
back.
Look at this, track left. Okay, it looks like they're just picking up a car that's out there on the track, so.
Right.
Okay, so we want to do this? Take us out?
Yeah, let's go to break. What
All
the
right.
hell?
We'll be right back.
Said we were.
Okay.
Shark, box.
An important decision is afoot. This man is about to buy tires on TireRack.com. Tire Rack is the leading online retailer of tires in North America and a repository of advice and expert reviews. And it's done! All that's left is to arrange for safe, easy installation at one of our independent recommended installers. Well, I guess he did that too. TireRack.com, the way tire buying should be.
Come on, Road. Do your worst. We'll be at our best. Engineered to meet or exceed original equipment performance exclusively at AutoZone.
Frozen rotors from Diversified Cryogenics deliver increased performance and a higher level of safety, while significantly reducing braking system costs.
So to tell you a little bit about the durability of this product. So we have seen an incredible extension of the life of our brake rotors using frozen rotors. We've gone from brake rotors every other weekend to 6 weekends on one set of brake rotors, and I think they can go farther. The durability has been amazing. And it's been a fantastic season, and man, a lot of that is due to the way our car can brake on those frozen rotors.
For more information, go to frozenrotors.com.
Lifeline USA is a leading manufacturer of onboard fire suppression systems. Lifeline's continuous commitment to research and development ensures that we supply the most innovative and cutting-edge products available. Used by the majority of the world's motorsport championship-winning teams and constructors, Lifeline has a proven history of success. Lifeline offers a complete range of fire suppression systems for all budgets and needs, and we continue to push development and limits on both extinguishant materials and our patented delivery systems to make the race car environment almost as safe as sitting on your sofa at home. Every kit has been designed for a professional and simple installation. For more information and to purchase your ChampCar fire suppression system, go to www.lifeline-fire.com. Located in Northeast Ohio with 40 years of combined experience, Money Shift Racing knows how to deliver performance and safety, offering everything you need to get your vehicle and drivers ready for race day. From safety equipment to full engine assembly and repair, in-house fabrication, 3D design, and rapid prototyping. Money Shift Racing. Performance done right.
worst, we'll be at our best. Triple tested to meet or exceed original equipment performance exclusively at AutoZone.
All right, everyone, thanks and welcome back here to ChampCar.Live. So Infinity is at pit out. Looks like they just they got plenty of time on their timer, so they sent their man down and just
Back to green.
waiting to get out.
Unfortunately, that caution flag I don't think lasted long enough to help them.
Nah, they really needed a little more love than what they got.
Yeah.
But he is cut loose now. Spent about a minute under green, I would say, maybe a little more. Meanwhile, back at the ranch, Rockwell is up to speed. Not shown in the lead yet, but I think this is all going to
57.89 seconds back is what I have.
For some reason, London is in the mix on my timing and scoring. I'm not sure.
Why, yes, they are.
How that unfolded.
Well, they were only a lap behind Team Infinity, so.
Yeah, but I don't think Rockwell stopped.
No, I don't believe you, or I believe you're right. I don't believe they did stop. Well, we saw them in the pits not that long ago, so they wouldn't have a reason to stop.
This is interesting. So maybe the information we had was not accurate that we've been following all this time, and it's just been updated. What does let me see what Race Monitor says.
Yeah, I'm just on Race Hero.
Let's take a look here.
So, Race Hero shows 4 cars on the lead lap on 2:24. Rentec is about 39 seconds, according to Race Hero, in back of Rockwell. So,
This is strange. I'm showing the same thing on Race Monitor with Infinity leading over London and then Rockwell in third.
we have to assume that's correct.
Interesting.
So, like you said, all 4 of our lead cars are on the same lap now. Team London shown in the lead now. Interesting.
They're showing 20 seconds behind London.
Yep, sure are.
Okay.
And I believe that Team Infinity and Rockwell, those 342s, I believe that was probably under the caution flag, I would guess. Because we've seen both those cars consistently faster than that. Interesting. The plot thickens.
I'm trying to figure out how Rockwell turned a 342. That's, I guess, I don't know.
Caution, I would guess.
Coming off the green, but Rentec turned a 216. So there's no reason for Rockwell to be that off the pace. I mean, he's pedaling. I mean, he's not. He's not off the pace. Okay, here we have Rockwell dropping to 4th over Rentec. He's coming across the start-finish line. Let's see what he turns. Looking at Rockwell. And looking at timing and scoring here. Okay, I didn't see it change.
Takes a little while.
No, I mean, that should have...
Not that long.
Okay. Now, we do have to remember there's a weird delay thing going on here with the Rockwell camera.
Right. We'll try and get this sorted out, folks. Yeah, it seems strange that Team Infinity and Rockwell were up in the 340s, whereas Team London and Rentec were down in the 216, 221s.
Yeah.
So that seems rather strange.
And Race Monitor is agreeing with this, although they show Rentec and Rockwell both as third place. The actual order shows Rockwell in fourth.
Oh, I'd heard something on the radio that comment that Ed should know better. Ed, of course, is the principal of Team Infinity. So there's some question about Team Infinity's speed, and I assume that's the speed on pit lane.
Road. Yeah.
And they're saying that Ed should know better. He's been with our series forever. So I'll keep one ear on that radio and see if we get an update.
Okay.
Show him only 21 seconds behind Team London in their BMW. Oh, they're showing Rockwell as not circulating.
Yeah.
Just turned salmon.
I just wonder if maybe there's something going on with the transponder.
Yeah, it seems rather late in the race to have transponder problems now. But
it would make sense for the 342 that never changed for laps. And
right.
So I'll just do.
We show him circulating. So.
Well, we have him on camera.
Yeah.
We don't know how old this is. We're assuming it's pretty recent, but we'll stay on this here. See if something happens to him.
That's Inactive Motorsports, 626 right in front of him.
Let's see where's. Okay, I'm looking out. Did he go around inactive there?
Yeah, I believe so.
Okay, because I'm looking in inactive. I don't see anything out his windshield. Wait a minute. No, there he is. Did he pass him in turn 6?
I don't know. Yep, there he is.
I saw him roll around turn 6.
I believe Rockingham right behind him.
Let's see if Rockingham's got the Porsche. No, that's the Mini. So.
Well, now it's the Mini. We were in car with Rockwell Auto Sport Development.
Yeah.
When I made that comment. I swear to God, I'm paying attention, Wally. As much as I ever have, certainly.
Said Rockwell, I'm getting a message that the 716 just came out of the cold pits. It must have had some mechanical issue. That's the message I'm getting from the tower. So this video feed is suspect. Like, it's not the right car, or
it's nighttime though, so it's
might,
fairly current.
Maybe it's their sister car.
Might be last year, but
no.
I'm just kidding.
I'm wondering if it's their sister car that's out here. It's not the 716.
That means Bill lied.
It's the 715. Well, no, Bill didn't set this up. This is stuff they sent me in it. This might be the sister car. Okay, so
the 716 now they're showing his last lap as an 816.
Yeah,
which is generally indicates that they stopped for fuel, but we saw them stop for fuel not that long ago.
Yeah, so they're telling me that he just came out of the cold pit, so that would jive with the 816 and all that.
Right.
So,
why did he
okay.
stop, though?
Yeah, don't know.
Don't know. We do care, though.
Yep. Sorry, folks.
Looks like that last caution changed the complexion of this race entirely. Showing team... Oh, my race hero just died.
Yeah, I don't know. They... The Rockwell family sent this to me, and it's labeled as the 716 car. So
right.
I don't know. I don't know if I want to change it to 715. I'll just take that number off
I'd
there.
Say we stick with what we got.
We'll just enjoy the ride,
so
whoever it
Bill
is.
just walked in, or maybe if he can shed some light on this.
Well, this isn't his camera, so he won't know.
Right. Well, no. I mean, what's going on track? I don't know why we'd look for Bill for information. Just kidding. Kid because I care.
All right. So, as the case may be, Team London is shown leading this race, folks, with Team Infinity in second place, back 21 seconds. And the London team actually a little bit quicker in that C-Class car than the Team Infinity machine. Then we've got Rentec in third and Rockwell Autosport in fourth place in the 716 car. So yeah, things have changed a lot.
Yeah, we might not be able to clear this up until Bill goes and talks to the team on pit road after this race has concluded. So our ace crack pit reporter, Bill Strong.
There's a thought in YouTube that they're going to need to pit. I don't know what's going on with this. My graph here. Something wacky's going on there.
Something's rotten in Denmark.
But there is some belief that after they looked at the numbers that they're going to need to pit. Can't really tell when the 34 last pitted. Looks like quite a while ago, though. So we'll see. Obviously, if they have to peel into the pits, it's going to put everything in Team Infinity. Huh?
You're talking about Team London.
Yeah. Yeah, the rumblings on our, Frank saying that the E34 needs to pit.
Yeah, he hasn't pitted in quite some time.
So
we're working lap, 230, something like that. And gosh, he's been out there quite a while. Paulie and I are trying to surmise what's going on.
Well, I think with the help with our friends out here on YouTube land,
they're paying closer attention than us. No, wait.
I think in what we had from the tower, I think we've got a pretty rough, I think the picture looks a little more clear that Team Infinity is poised to win this race, assuming that the London team has to pit, and it looks that way.
It's certainly, yes. So we're wondering if Team London has to pit again. What happened to Rockwell? Because they were leading this race. They stopped, did a pit stall. Ed got the yellow that they wanted, but that yellow didn't last very long, and he pitted. Gotcha. So Bill says we went green just as Team Infinity was finishing their pit stop.
Yeah, that's true. It was about a minute and a half. They were just finishing the pit stop We went green, and then they rolled him down the pit lane, and he got there early.
Gotcha. Okay.
The Dynasty Racing team shown not turning laps in 9th. Whoa, got close there.
Alrighty.
230 laps turned so far, folks. Coming up on
Just
that final
over
hour.
an hour to go.
Yep.
So we're getting a report that the 22 car Propaganda Racing has blown up.
Oh no.
I don't know, it was running good, just blowed up. I don't know if
Don't forget
was
the
he
Mercedes.
trying to tell me that was the reason for the yellow flag.
The Merc is in 3rd. Well, that car was stranded on driver's left there.
Yeah,
in the infield. It might have been that one.
It's a very distinctive car. Not because it's an E30, but it's covered in children's handprints and their writing. They did that as a charity event one time and decided to leave it.
Yeah, the Mercedes is on that same lap, it looks like, as Team Infinity.
Yeah.
So all 3 cars up front here on the same lap. Flying Critters just sets their fastest lap time of the day with Mr. Popst at the wheel at 219.7.
Is that Randy behind the wheel?
Yeah.
Ah. So we're winding down here at Daytona. Just a little bit over an hour to go, unofficially, of course. Radio's been quiet lately. And this is about the time of the race where timing and scoring starts checking all of our leaders to make sure that they didn't exceed the 2-hour driver's stint limit. And they're also making note of which cars are leading which class so they can haul them into impound. Of course, at impound, cars are parked and your competitors are allowed to look at your car, look at your logbook, and make sure you claimed all your go fast parts. You have to remove all 4 wheels and tires. Well, the wheels are...
Whoa, we got a car turned around at 6.
Around. Yep.
A Miata pointing the wrong way. And another car slipped by there. Boy, we were just watching these cars come through that corner there.
He's just to the right of our camera view.
Yeah, we were just tracking our leader. What we proposed to be the leader, Team Infinity, and wow, that must have been interesting coming around 6 and seeing headlights.
Yeah, not the sort of thing you want to see.
It's just as scary when you're the guy that is facing the wrong way and you see headlights coming at you.
Yeah, your eyes are big as saucer plates right then.
Oh no! Fortunately, that's not one of the faster corners around here, but that's still
right.
pretty
It's
scary.
probably it's probably the slowest corner out here.
Yeah.
You want to carry speed through there because you're going up on the banking in NASCAR 2 all the way to the bus stop near the entrance to NASCAR 3. So. And I say a slow corner, you can probably still take that corner at 40 or so. Most cars shift down to 3rd gear or so. So this view you're looking at, Ed's in the horseshoe right now, so he's going to be coming up to turn 6. So we'll see if that car is still there. I don't think he probably is, or we would have gone caution. So I don't think he saw that Miata out. So
Yeah. I just got a message that the pace car is up, though. And we did get a message from the tower that it doesn't look like the 801 has pitted since the red flag, so he may need to pit this hour, and that's referring to the Team London car that's leading. So that kind of goes along with what we were thinking.
I didn't see him as a time that would equal a pit stop. So here goes Ed around turn 6. That car is not there anymore. So he must have got restarted after he did some laundry, proceeded on.
Right. On the high banks again in the Infinity.
So yeah, Team London's going to have to stop just short of the checkered if they, because we went back to green just a little bit over 2 hours. Is that correct, Molly?
Not sure.
I think it was like 2 hours and 45 minutes left to go in the race.
Yeah, it was at least an hour. Yeah, it was somewhere in that hour, 45 minutes to an hour. Yeah,
they're going to have to stop and surrender this lead for a mandatory driver change, 2 hour stint limit. And that car's got to be kind of thirsty about right now, I would think. So our race director, Chelsea Victory, said we're an hour away from the checker.
Okay, top of the hour, so we'll take a break and get ready here for the final hour of racing. It's pretty exciting. Stay with us, everybody. We'll be right back here in just a couple minutes.
Welcome to TireRack.com, revolutionizing tire buying since 1979. With our unmatched selection of branded products, finding what fits your vehicle and is right for you and how and where you drive has never been easier. Through helpful online shopping tools that include our professional hands-on reviews done at the introduction of a tire and consumer reviews that give real-world feedback over the life of the tire, you can make the right tire choice and find exactly what you need. And if you prefer to talk to someone, our tire testers, our sales team, are available on the phone. And that's how we get you the right tire for you and your vehicle for where and how you drive.
Bring on the frozen tundra, the grinding gravel, the cratered concrete, the rain-soaked streets. Come on, road. Do your worst. We'll be at our best. Reliable performance in unreliable conditions. Designed to meet or exceed original equipment performance. That's why more auto technicians choose Duralast parts. Exclusively at AutoZone.
Located in Northeast Ohio with 40 years of combined experience, Money Shift Racing knows how to deliver performance and safety, offering everything you need to get your vehicle and drivers ready for race day. From safety equipment to full engine assembly and repair, in-house fabrication, 3D design, and rapid prototyping. Money Shift Racing. Performance done right. Discovery Parts is a veteran-owned racing and safety equipment company. While we're located inside Atlanta Motorsports Park in Dawsonville, Georgia, Discovery Parts can also be found at the tracks, supporting a number of Champ Car Series events. We take pride in being a reseller of the best of the industry to Champ Car teams and drivers. We know racing, love racing, and look forward to tomorrow to even more racing. Visit us at discoveryparts.com. Lifeline USA is a leading manufacturer of onboard fire suppression systems. Lifeline's continuous commitment to research and development ensures that we supply the most innovative and cutting-edge products available. Used by the majority of the world's motorsport championship-winning teams and constructors, Lifeline has a proven history of success. Lifeline offers a complete range of fire suppression systems for all budgets and needs, and we continue to push development and limits on both extinguishant materials and our patented delivery systems to make the race car environment almost as safe as sitting on your sofa at home. Every kit has been designed for a professional and simple installation. For more information and to purchase your Champ Car fire suppression system, go to www.lifeline-fire.com.
Come on, road. Do your worst. We'll be at our best. Engineered to meet or exceed original equipment performance, exclusively at AutoZone.
All right, welcome back, everyone, to the RVA Graphics and Wraps Daytona Beach 14 at the Daytona International Speedway, the world center of racing. I'm Paul Veltum with Doc Waldrop. Bill Strong.
I'm still here.
Bill Strong is with us somewhere, and Tiffany's probably taking the rest of the night off. I don't blame her.
So Rockwell and Rentec Motorsports, both down in the 216s, where our leaders are hovering in the 220, 219 range, Team London and Team Infinity. And the shark fin on top of Ed's Team Infinity is now a bright, I'm going to say magenta, bordering on pinkish, whereas it used to be red. And I was just outside looking at International Horseshoe. He passed 4 cars in the Horseshoe, so he's got the hammer down.
Yeah, he just turned a 219, and he's showing down 23 seconds from the leader, but we're expecting that's going to change here soon.
He's got Rentex turning a 218, 309 that last lap. Previous lap was a 216, so he's got that hammer down in that Mercedes.
Yeah, 31 seconds now the gap, so they've closed up quite a bit from the 54 seconds the last time I looked at them.
I assume the teams are looking at Race Hero and being able to see that they know Team London's got to stop.
Yeah, and obviously Team Infinity's received a call. Hey, look, man.
Yeah, if you got more pace, pick it up.
Well, I'll take it. Take whatever you can get.
Yeah, exactly.
final hour, so there's a lot that can happen there in an hour. You know, those gaps aren't that significant.
Of course, every noise the car is putting out. Team Infinity's been able to. They're so consistent.
What does Rockwell do? They just set their FTD now. Still getting faster and faster.
Yeah, 217.
John Allen special. That would put them, see, 15, 14, 13. Puts them in 12th place right now. Impulse Motorsports about 17 seconds in the rears of Sharky 2 in their Infiniti J30, down in 30th spot.
It's a sister car to Team Infinity.
So that's a close battle there. Also a close battle between Deadbrook Motorsports and Team Phillips. Just 6 seconds is the gap there. And those two cars are vying for 34th spot.
So just as we went off air, Timing and Scoring reported that there's 47 cars still circulating. So now, a lot of teams, I mean, you want to be able to say you finished the race. So a lot of teams, I'm sure, sitting in their garages, they're going to go out for the last couple of laps just to take the checker. So that number may jump a little bit, but over half the field has been eliminated from this race, as it were.
And Infinity just cranks out their fastest lap.
It's show and tell time.
Yeah, that was two 219s in a row there.
Yeah.
Make it
look
3.
at that flat line.
22, 21, 20, 19, 19,
yeah, they've been
19.
consistent all race. So that shark car can smell blood in the water. He knows he's racing for the overall win.
Yep.
But he's also hearing every noise in that car he's never heard before. What was that?
So how did things go with the cones? The cones were removed before the race began.
Yeah. Something about 220 remarks on Facebook. On the Champ Car Garage page. I think it was Champ Car Garage. I like the one idea that said, here's an easy solution to the problem. Fill one cone with cement and don't tell them which one it is. I had to hit the chuckle button on that one.
That's good.
Of course, I've had experiences with cones at Charlotte Racing, at Charlotte Motor Speedway. Trust me, you didn't want to hit those cones either. So our fourth place cars turning in a little bit faster times than the leaders, Team London and Team Infinity. Rentec turned at 217.6, and Rockwell wasn't too terribly far behind with a 218.7. A tick over a second faster or slower.
Flying Critter sets another fastest lap time.
Randy's got the bit between his teeth, getting all he can out of that Ford Mustang.
Yeah, might as well open it up.
Sure. London with a 2:19.630 on their last lap. Their fastest lap was a 2:19.104. That was back on lap 171. So about 70 laps ago. Team Infinity, 2:19.957. Again, that car is very consistent out there. It's not like he has to worry about shift points, that being an automatic. Rentec with another 2:17.423. He's only 21 seconds behind Team Infinity. Kennedy car turned in 2:20, so just to tick off the leaders. They're running in 5th place, and that's C Class E34.
Coming up on inactive there.
Yeah, Ray was just calling in timing and scoring, wondering if Team London has to stop again.
Gonna be making the pass on inactive here. There he goes. Down into the bus stop.
Haven't had very many issues in the bus stop. Seen a couple of cars stop after the bus stop, but we have avoided carnage in that quick right, left, left, right. Or no, right. It's a left, right, right, left. Yeah, that's it.
Something like that. I don't know.
Yeah, something like that. It's a fun corner. You can take it a lot faster than you think you can until you can't.
That's right. And then you can't.
Yeah. Like I said, we were following propaganda through there when they hit the tire barrier there. That's up on Brew Crew Racing's YouTube channel. It's ways back though. It was, I want to say 2015, 2016, somewhere right in there. John Carr, one of the principals of that team, of course, he retaliated when he found my car parked outside a registration at Road Atlanta and stickered the hell out of it. we were still finding WOT Tech stickers on my car like 3 years later. There goes Team Infinity through turn 6. Back up on the banking. Seems to be losing a little bit of ground to Team London. I assume the team knows he has to pit again. Or pit for the last time, Team London. They last pitted right after the red flag was lifted. So that was about 2:34 left in the race, something like that.
Yeah.
So he's going to hit their driver's stint limit fairly soon here. And I'm just guessing at the 2:34.
Sure.
I'm usually kind of right. So Rentec has cut into Team Infinity's lead. They're down to 16 seconds in arrears. Oh, there's another fastest lap by Team Infinity on lap 241. A 2:18.78. So they've told that driver to pick up the pace. Give me everything she's got.
Six bangers in the pits right now. So it's Team London, then Team Infinity, Rentec, Rockwell Autosport, Kennedy Cars, Rockwell Autosport, ZR None, Level 1, Dynasty, and six bangers.
Yep, that's your top 10. Level 1 leading the A class in their Mazda Miata. One of those pesky Miatas.
Pretty wild. These cars
for
are.
all Team Infinity can do, Rentec is still faster. They turned a 2:15.7. And Team Infinity set their fastest lap of the race just last lap with a 2:18.7. So even their fastest lap is not quite good enough to keep Rentec probably behind him, because we're showing him only 12.9 seconds behind. They are both working lap 241.
Little tire protest going in there. So hard to match the incredible braking of these BMWs. Doing the best he can with it. And okay, so message from the tower. The number 801, your overall leader, will need to pit any minute now. Looks like Team Sawansky is your EC leader right now.
Team Infinity, Rentec has lowered the gap to 8.4 seconds behind them. So Team Infinity may have that shark fin on the top, but it looks like Rentec's the one that's got the smells blood in the water.
Oh, man. Crazy.
Team Infinity by turn 6.
Back out onto the tri-oval here. The high banks. Yeah, they have really chased them down, showing 8 seconds the gap.
Turning considerably faster lap times. About 3.5 seconds a lap quicker for that Mercedes.
Number 801 is coming into the pits right now.
Yep, as we suspected they would have to. Team Infinity has taken the lead of this race, with Team London diving into the pits. There's Rentec quickly moving up to running in second with Team London's pit stop.
Yeah, 6 seconds now, the gap.
Yeah.
This
so
Infinity
they're reeling
sets
them in.
another FTD, but it's a 218 to Rentec's 215. And you just got to feel for these guys. I mean,
Yeah.
what more do they need to do? They're cranking out unbelievable lap times.
Right.
And here comes that Mercedes.
Slowly reeling that shark car in.
And I mean, he was already on the back foot with that extra pit stop and managed to
Right.
overcome that for the lead.
Okay, so there goes Infinity, and you switch the view on me.
Well, I'm following him around the track, man.
Yeah, I was going to see if we could pick up that Mercedes.
Oh, okay.
Because it's got a distinctive grille.
Okay.
That's all, Paulie. I wasn't questioning your abilities.
Well, that's always questionable.
You are, after all, the wind beneath our wings.
Oh, boy. Well, thank you. And it's the bus stop. When they come out of this, we'll get this track camera here. This will give us maybe some idea of the spread if you can identify them as we come by here.
So the 70s 770 car, that's
There we go.
Gavoli's racing team, their transponder hasn't been hitting. So they're questioning if they can still keep running even though their transponder is not working. And race control says, yeah, our race director says, yeah, we got no problem with that, but they're not logging laps officially.
Yeah. Down into turn one we go.
Gosh, the gap is down to 2.356 seconds according to Race Hero. The Gavoli side said that's the Polish way of doing things. They are a great group of guys. I saw them in the tech line and they were just cracking up. They're out here just having fun. Which is what this is all about.
Oh, here we go. Oh, man. He's right on him now.
Yep.
Around turn 5. He's just looking for a clean way by, yeah. Down to turn 6 we go. I think he's going to have turn 6 here, but that's going to probably be about it.
Yeah,
coming around the inside. And he is clear. Let's see if he can do anything out here, but I don't think so. No, there was a slower competitor. So, unfortunately, that was a pass for the lead right there.
Yep, with unofficially about 34 minutes to go in this race. So when they cross timing and scoring, we should see Rentec in the lead.
Yep.
And I'm sure Team Infinity says, where did those guys come from? Lurking in the background.
Back on board with John Allen Special.
Rentec just turned a 216 to Team Infinity's 219.2.
Yeah, they're stretching that lead out.
And that wasn't even their fastest lap, but we had that as a 213 back on lap 207. So yes, we did. Sorry, I was reacting to a radio call. So did we just have a pass for the lead? Why yes, we did.
You should have just said hadn't noticed.
Yeah.
They would have been like, oh, yeah, roll the eye roll. Did I roll my eyes out loud?
Oh,
Oops.
Paulie, you're such a joker.
I'm something, all right. Trying to keep that Mercedes
In sight.
in sight, yep. Trying not to let them get too far away.
Yeah. 'Cause this race isn't over. Anything can happen. We've certainly seen that over the years.
Yeah.
Gone are the days of 6-lap leads. More like 6 seconds nowadays.
He's in high-speed pursuit.
Yeah.
Down into the bus stop we go.
I can't wait till Jeff Burdett's car gets out here when he finally finishes that Mustang, because the name of that team is 1080 Racing, which means pursuit in progress.
Yeah.
In police talk.
Yeah.
That might be one of my top 5 team names, certainly.
Rentec has indeed taken the lead of this race, folks.
It doesn't look like they want to give it up.
Selfish.
Yes. Most racers are like that. He's up the gap to 3 seconds, 3.103 according to Race Hero. So he's slowly, he turned to 216.273 to Team Infinity's 218.863, which is just about a half a second off of Team Infinity's fastest lap. Which 30 minutes. So your clock's really close, Paulie. Nicely done.
Rockingham Racing. As we reach the bottom of the hour here, Doc, you want to do us the honors for the
Sure,
final?
Absolutely. Folks, you're watching ChampCar.Live, presented by AutoZone, here in the TireRack.com Champ Car Endurance Series. And we're at Daytona, in case you didn't notice, in the RVA graphics and wraps Daytona 14-hour race. Hang in there, folks. We've only got about 30 minutes left to go. If you've made it this far, surely you can make it another 30 minutes. I'm sorry I called y'all Sir Shirley.
Thanks, Doc.
An important decision is afoot. This man is about to buy tires on TireRack.com. Tire Rack is the leading online retailer of tires in North America and a repository of advice and expert reviews. And it's done! All that's left is to arrange for safe, easy installation at one of our independent recommended installers. Well, I guess he did that too. TireRack.com, the way tire buying should be.
Come on, Road. Do your worst. We'll be at our best. Engineered to meet or exceed original equipment performance exclusively at AutoZone.
Frozen rotors from Diversified Cryogenics deliver increased performance and a higher level of safety, while significantly reducing braking system costs.
So to tell you a little bit about the durability of this product. So we have seen an incredible extension of the life of our brake rotors using frozen rotors. We've gone from brake rotors every other weekend to 6 weekends on one set of brake rotors, and I think they can go farther. The durability has been amazing, and it's been a fantastic season, and man, a lot of that is due to the way our car can brake on those frozen rotors.
For more information, go to frozenrotors.com.
Lifeline USA is a leading manufacturer of onboard fire suppression systems. Lifeline's continuous commitment to research and development ensures that we supply the most innovative and cutting-edge products available. Used by the majority of the world's motorsport championship-winning teams and constructors, Lifeline has a proven history of success. Lifeline offers a complete range of fire suppression systems for all budgets and needs, and we continue to push development and limits on both extinguishant materials and our patented delivery systems to make the race car environment almost as safe as sitting on your sofa at home. Every kit has been designed for a professional and simple installation. For more information and to purchase your Champ Car fire suppression system, go to www.lifeline-fire.com. Located in Northeast Ohio with 40 years of combined experience, Money Shift Racing knows how to deliver performance and safety, offering everything you need to get your vehicle and drivers ready for race day. From safety equipment to full engine assembly and repair, in-house fabrication, 3D design, and rapid prototyping. Money Shift Racing. Performance done right.
Do your worst. We'll be at our best. Triple tested to meet or exceed original equipment performance exclusively at AutoZone.
All right, welcome back everyone to Champ Car Live, presented by AutoZone. It is the final 30 minutes of the RVA Graphics and Wraps Daytona Beach 14 at Daytona International Speedway, the world center of racing. I'm Paul Veltum, joined by Doc Waldrop, Bill Strong, and Tiffany's taking the rest of the night off. So thanks for joining us, everybody. Looking forward to a lot more racing coming up here this year, but right now it's the next 30 minutes for who's going to be crowned the winner of this race. And right now, things seem to be falling into place nicely for Rentec Motorsports, leading this race in their Mercedes after 248 laps. Then it's Team Infinity in second place. Team London is shown in third. Rockwell Autosport shown in fourth place in the 716. Kennedy Cars in the 804 shown in fifth. Then it's Rockwell Autosport in the number 715 in sixth. Behind them, it's Destiny Racing, Level 1 Racing, and finally six bangers. That would be ninth, so 10th would be ZR None. So your lead C-Class car would be Rentec Motorsports, D-Class being led by Team Infinity, A-Class being led by Level 1, and for B-Class should be John Allen Special. Yep, they're still shown there, leading B-Class.
Back with us, Molly. Molly?
Yes, I have you.
Oh, okay.
Sorry.
Okay.
My head is, I got a lot going on. Yeah.
Yeah.
Hi, Bill.
For the wake up buzzer there.
Can you hear me, Bill?
Yeah, I can hear you. Can you hear me?
No.
Hold on.
But I hear the cars really good.
So So Rentec has backed off their lap times to 220.499. Team Infinity's 226.
You guys hear me?
Yeah.
Yeah, what we hear is a lot of cars and a little bit of you.
Okay. At least you can hear me. I have the right
Yeah.
buttons pushed. All right, I'm going to mute myself.
Okay, man. Cool. Yeah, that'll be working for our pit cam tonight. So we will be getting some interviews here.
It's a Porsche Boxster right behind Team Infinity. We don't know if that's a Rockwell car, but I assume because it is one of the Rockwell cars because he's keeping pace with him.
Yeah.
I think Team Infinity gave it all they had. Just couldn't match the lap times.
Yeah, they left it all out on the racetrack, so to speak.
Which is where you want to leave it.
Did everything they could. But it's not over yet. Still got about 20
True
minutes,
enough.
so we'll see who earns the win today. Whoa.
Wow.
The
that
late
was really
breaker.
Sending it into turn one.
Yeah. High commitment.
Yeah. He was, as you know, Junior Johnson and Bill France had an argument at one time. Bill France insisted that Junior Johnson was committed to NASCAR, and Junior Johnson said, Bill, I don't think you understand the commitment and involvement. He says, here's the deal. When you're sitting down for breakfast in the morning, the chicken is in, and you're having bacon and eggs. Or, you're having bacon and eggs.
The chicken was involved.
The chicken was involved, but the pig was committed.
Yeah.
So they're asking if anybody saw the sparks coming out from the Team London BMW, our third place car, on the Rididio.
See, at night you're going to see a lot of sparks. Like these metal brake pads just make all kinds of sparks. So a lot of people just aren't used to that.
Yeah, they'll definitely spark when you're betting them, for sure. A lot of the performance friction stuff does that.
I was wondering if he's dragging something, but
Yeah.
you may be down to the backing plates.
Yeah.
Because I'm certain he didn't change pads, not this late in the race.
Let's stop in.
You got what you got.
Yeah. Of course, they're in 9th place right now at level 1. If we're talking about level 1, or are we talking about London?
No, we're talking about Team London.
London's in 3rd.
The 801, yeah.
Rockwell sets their fastest lap time in 4th place. Kennedy cars. So does Six Bangers. So the temperature must be coming down out there as the cars are also getting lighter.
Yeah, it's a little cooler out there. Certainly fuel levels are down. So 2:16.601 turned in by Rockwell Auto Development. That is their fastest lap. But I think it's a little bit too late. Showing down in 4th place. And they're down 3 laps from what it looks like. Their sister car, the 715, is running in 6th place. Yeah, I think Rentec's comfortable in their lead. They're turning about the same lap times as Team Infinity. So they know they've got the speed that they can turn it up a notch if they need to.
A look at NASCAR 2, the exit. .21 seconds the gap from level 1 to Dynasty Racing up in 8th place. Just 4 seconds the gap from Flying Critters to ZR None. Looks like there's the fight right there. with Randy at the wheel, trying to get by the Corvette. This is for 12th place. Actually, 11th, 10th place. This would put them in the top 10, pulling the EC cars out.
So they're both on the same lap, lap 239. Only 3.6 seconds behind him, so. And they've got a driver you may have heard of behind the wheel. That's Randy Popes.
Also a close battle between DKW Racing in 34th and Dead Broke Motorsports just ahead. 4.7 seconds the gap.
Got about 17 minutes to get it done. Of course, you'll be able to see that Corvette up in front of him if Randy can indeed catch him.
Yeah, let's take a look at that last lap time here. A 22 to a 23, so he is quicker, even though you see that huge gap on the back stretch. This that kind of that classic battle of the tortoise and the hare, but the Flying Critters machine very, very good in under braking.
So they're calling in Trident Motorsports lost their hood, and it
here we go.
Kind of shattered the windshield.
Oh
so.
No! Well, Flying Critters makes the pass there. I'm not sure he's going to be able to hold it on the back stretch here. As he comes up onto the high banks, but he's certainly making progress. He's going to have the inside line here. Oh, had a little trouble with the shifter there. That's not going to help matters any. Here comes the Corvette.
Yep.
They have to start over again. Just try it on the next lap.
Yep. These aren't the important laps. The important lap is the finish. You know that's
So, 801 in London is being shown that they're dragging their exhaust.
Okay. 801 shown dragging exhaust.
Ah, so it was the exhaust.
Now, 801 is dragging the exhaust. The Mustang was, the hood flipped up and broke their window.
Copy that.
So, 2 incidences at one time.
That's an incident.
Let's keep it exciting here, guys.
Yeah.
Let's keep it exciting. "15 minutes from the top of the hour when the checkered flag will be displayed to determine the winner of this race."
So they're telling that Trident Motorsports Ford Mustang that the windshield's shattered too bad to continue.
All right.
And the team said, yeah, that's okay.
Okay, car 488 is the Mustang. The window's too shattered. They didn't want to send it back out and have glass get
It's just too much wind pressure. If that comes in on you, it would be bad.
Yeah.
We've got so much air pressure at this
Sure.
racetrack. It's crazy. Flying
There's
Critters.
that Corvette again.
Yeah,
So Randy's going
pesky
to try
Corvette.
and get the... no, you can't call a Corvette pesky. Those are Miatas. So the Corvette will have the advantage coming out of the bus stop, should they be this close still.
Yeah.
Looks like he held him off on the infield.
Yeah. He's got himself a nice little battle here with that Corvette.
Yeah.
Come on.
I'm sure the Corvette driver knows that's for position, so.
7.7 seconds the gap from Rentec to Team Infinity.
Yep, I think they're just content with letting Team Infinity hang around the. Although
that was a 26.
218 versus a 226.
Yeah, big difference there on that last lap for advantage for Team Infinity there.
I wonder if Rentec's conserving fuel, perhaps. So this race ain't over, folks. 12 minutes unofficially to go, and that countdown clock is pretty close. Rentec just turned to 222, so he is aware that Team Infinity is gunning for him. Team Infinity just turned to 219, 149, so he's got the hammer down.
Yeah, if they get sloppy out there, they are within striking distance for sure.
Absolutely.
4 seconds the gap, 4.7. He's got to be careful not to get too relaxed. He needs to keep that gap up if he wants to keep Infinity from catching him. And this is why, as the driver, you just gotta stay disciplined, gotta stay after it. You know, I was racing at NCM and in your car, Doc, and your crew guy Kyle called me up and said, "Okay, checkered flag's out, great race," and I was in the Porsche Curves. You know, I'm still racing,
right?
So I still had my head down all the way to the finish.
Yeah, and you got us 2 positions at the end of the race, so
you just can't. You don't
Thank
give
you
up.
for keeping your head.
Oh yeah,
head in the game.
Didn't know that was coming, but you just anticipate. You know, you're not done yet.
Yeah.
For all I knew, I was 2 laps on either side of everybody.
Sure.
But so there's Infinity in front of Flying Critters. Gap now 9 seconds, so Team Infinity lost some ground there.
With the time winding down, Tech is asking for timing and scoring to send the class winners those car numbers so Chelsea can print out their tech sheets, which will be posted on their windshields at impound.
Here we have Flying Critters trying to deal with Infinity. That wouldn't be for position. Really, they need to catch up with the ZR Nunn.
Yeah, they're 8.6 seconds behind that Chevrolet Corvette.
It's just a product of traffic that got Randy held up there.
He certainly has the pace, although that Chevrolet Corvette's dropped his lap time. His last lap was a 2:18, whereas Flying Critters was only a 2:22.9.
Head down into the bus stop here. Yeah, traffic and horsepower. I think so, Bo. I think that's, that combination that was Randy was having trouble with the horsepower, and then you add traffic to the mix, and he was just really at a disadvantage. Looking for them to come through 3 and 4 here. Approaching the final 5 minutes of racing after 14 hours out here at Daytona.
I'd like to thank our viewers that have stuck with us this entire race.
Yeah. Appreciate everybody tuning in to watch.
Hope we've kept y'all entertained and informed. Probably more entertainment than informed, but take your pick.
We are trying though, Doc.
Yes, we are very trying. John Allen Special in 13th place.
Yep.
Our lead B-class car. I think they've got B pretty much wrapped up. According to Champ Car rules, your car doesn't have to be running at the end to be scored with a finishing position. I'm showing John Allen Special working lap 242 and Final Turn Motorsports on 236, so there's not very much chance of catching them for that B-class win.
This race has been, I think, more of a grind for these guys than anybody, because they've just been kind of maintaining, and you just got to stay. I mean, you're just trying to find that checkered flag,
Yeah.
And it's hard. This is a hard race for these guys. I mean, this is a very fast field.
Yep.
And
so
they've done a fine job.
Mini's done very well.
The Mini's done really well, and the drivers have done really well.
Yeah.
You don't see them putting a foot wrong. You see them just doing well out there.
Well, they've got a lot of laps here. I know Justin Lipson does, and Halston as well. So you see Team Infinity go blowing past him.
Yeah.
But that's a D-class car, so the Mini that could is only a B-class car.
2 laps to go.
All right. Thanks, Bill. On board with Team Infinity.
I'm hearing unofficially that the Team 804 Kennedy cars does not have a tech sheet.
Oh.
Now, they can't get on track without a tech sticker, so...
Strange.
Not kind of sure what's going on there. Maybe their tech sheet isn't filled out electronically.
Okay.
So
lots of tire
teams are not
protests
allowed
there.
to go out and on the pit road and cheer their cars home.
Right.
Because there is no barrier between cold and hot pits and the track.
Right.
So the official start time of this race was 9:05. So pretty dang close to 9 a.m. It's about as close as you can get.
You know, Dana would have had this at 9 exactly, maybe a second after. I not. I'm just trying to make points with Dana.
I see. Sucking up to the boss, eh? 1 lap to go, folks.
1 lap to go. Oh, wait, you already said that.
Yeah. Try and pay attention, Bill.
Couldn't hit the button fast enough.
I like
there's a lot of cars going really slow out there right now, like trying to conserve their fuel type slow. And Sharky 2 is one of them, going real slow down the front straightaway. I mean, when I say real slow, it's not just that but everybody else is going considerably.
So they're saying there's 3 C-Class cars in front of him, so the tech sheet for that car is not necessary.
So 11 seconds the gap from Team Infinity to the leader of the race. There goes the Mini Cooper.
There goes Team Infinity through to 6. So Team Rentec Motorsports has to be approaching the bus stop, you would like to think.
Looking for Rentec Motorsports to come by this time and take the checkered flag.
Haven't heard a call on the radio. They generally ask the flag stations to call in the leader where his position is on track, because all the starter can see is headlights. Should be coming up here fairly soon.
There we go.
There it is.
Checkered flag in the sky for Rentec Motorsports and their 1989 Mercedes. Taking the win out here at Daytona International Speedway, the RVA Graphics and Wraps Daytona Beach 14. Second place is going to go to Team Infinity, their 94 Infinity J30. Then Team London. Third place, Rockwell Autosport in the 716 captures 4th. Provisionally, we're thinking Kennedy Cars takes 5th with Rockwell Autosport in 6th. Dynasty Racing sets their fastest lap time of the day on the final lap,
nice.
Taking 7th place. Then it's Level 1 Racing behind them, Six Bangers, and ZR Nunn, the top 10, with your lead EC car, Team Sawinski, excuse me. C-Class being taken by Rentec. Team Infinity capturing D-Class. A-Class being captured by Level 1 Racing.
Congratulations, Mark.
And John Allen Special winning B-Class.
And congratulations to our old pit buddies.
Way to go, guys.
Nicely done.
Yes, indeed. A well-fought race for sure.
Absolutely.
2 red flags, one for a car fire early on from last year's winner rather. And towards the end of the race, it was a red flag for lightning. But the cars returned to the track for about 3 hours to finish the day. So we'll take a look here as the final cars come across the start-finish line. Bill's getting ready to do interviews once everybody comes in. Remember, this is a very big racetrack, so it's going to take a while to get everybody back around.
Certainly will.
Into the pits.
Congratulations to all the teams that finished this race. It's tough on cars. You're wide open for a lot of this racetrack. cars flashing their headlights as they cross the finish line and take the checker.
So taking a look at the standings, it was 259 laps completed by our leader, Rentec Motorsports. Then it was Team Infinity, Team London, Rockwell Autosport, Kennedy Cars, Rockwell Autosport Development, Dynasty Racing, Level 1 Racing, Six Bangers, and ZR None. Taking a look at the finishing order by class. Class A, sponsored by Krispy Kreme Donuts. Taking the win, it is Level 1 Racing in their Miata. Going down to B class, sponsored by, I believe that's Discovery Parts.
Yes,
and that's correct. John Allen Special. C class, it's Rentec, our overall winner. Also sponsored by Money Shift Racing. Excuse me.
Yes.
And down to D class, here we go. Team Infinity taking the win in D class, second overall. And as we said, EC, it's Team Sawinski.
So all of those cars Polly just mentioned will be taking home some extra weight.
Yeah. Congratulations, guys. Folks, if you enjoyed the broadcast today, please do me a favor and like the YouTube feed, our stream. Sure appreciate that.
Come back and join us next weekend for our national championship at Road America.
Yep.
That'll be, thank goodness, I believe an 8+7. So these 14-hour races are getting brutal. I can't even imagine what the volunteers and the staff feel like, especially Ray Frank. He's been on his feet in tech all day yesterday and all day today. And now he's got to go to impound, so his day is not ending.
I had so much fun with Ray at NCM. Oh my gosh.
He's a hoot.
I had him going good. I walked up to him and I said, do I really need all these wristbands? I mean, really? He's like, yeah. I said, well, as you can see, I have my wristbands on, so why don't you just accept that I have my wristbands, so when I get to pit out, after I get in the car, you don't have to even look at them. He says, no, you got to show that to the people that pit out.
Yeah.
I said, okay. So the car comes in, I'm in the car, and Ray's walking by the window while I'm getting ready to go out, and I shout out. I said, Ray, I got my wristbands on, lifted up my gloves so he could see, and he just pointed to pit out. Oh, I was laughing. I was just having a good old time with Ray.
I know, so close.
Uh-oh. I don't think Randy made it all the way back home.
Oh, no.
I noticed they went salmon.
Thank you. Appreciate your flagging.
So, yeah.
Randy thanked the workers there.
They're swapping me out. I got to go over there. The other truck's coming over here because the guy's got a flat tire. Okay. You betcha.
So they're going to have to bring the Flying Critters car back on the hook, I guess, or on the rope.
Yeah, I would suspect he ran out of fuel.
And we got the Infinity car here on the bill cam. There we go.
Keep it easy.
Ed, second place, man. Pretty awesome.
And that was a day of up and downs. Good day. Good day to have this car here.
Wait, let me make sure I have sound on, because
Yeah,
I always forget to turn the sound on. Oh, I have the sound on. Okay, Ed.
You don't want the sound on when I'm around. Boy, that was fun. This is a tough field, and we got a couple of good breaks and stepped on our selves a couple of times, and here we are at second. I'm happy.
So, could you have caught him? Anyway? How hard was that? Because he was doing pretty quick times out there.
Rentec?
Yeah.
Playing. I couldn't have caught him. That's all she had. I was laying down my best times of the day, in that last stint, and he just kept going faster and faster.
Faster. Yeah, just messing with you. All right, man. Congratulations, second place here at Daytona. You going to Disneyland?
Disneyland it is. California.
There you go. All right, man. I forget. I'm from there. I can't say Disney World. It just doesn't come out right. So, all right, crowd favorite, second place at Daytona. Where are you going to race at next?
I don't know. This thing's busted. Sebring.
No, don't bring it to Sebring. Seriously. No, don't.
Oh, Sebring sucks. You're right.
Yeah, it does. It does. Don't. I have personal reasons why you shouldn't bring it to Sebring.
Oh, I'll be there.
All right, guys. Congratulations. The mini that could.
Yeah, it was awesome. We had one tiny problem. Luckily, we had a Mini USA Motorsports engineer reset our yaw control sensor, and that was only 6-minute delay.
So yaw control.
Basically, the DSC freaked out, which messed up the ABS, which then it killed power.
Okay, you just totally lost Dodge, so speak English.
Skid control, traction control, and ABS.
Oh, there you go. Much better. Okay.
But yeah, it was
what
awesome.
ABS means.
We had 5 good drivers, no problems, no contact.
So what's that like driving at the night?
Here, like daylight, honestly. Road Atlanta's different, but here, I mean, you can run with no headlights here, no problem.
Yeah, cool. All right, man. Congratulations.
Yeah, thank you very much.
That's a little mini.
That's Halston.
Where's the Rentec car? Let's go find it. Where's our winner?
It's a Mercedes, Bill.
Yeah, I know.
Look for the
Where is it?
chauffeur.
I can't see. I just got blinded by headlights.
He took the checkered flag, so I would suggest he's on the other end of this line.
No, 150.
Rentec, the winners here at Daytona.
Well, that's great. I mean, we were on fumes. He was stumbling 6 times in the last lap.
So you slowed down big time there. Did you spin it or just stumble?
Oh, it stumbled. It ran out 6 times on the last lap.
Oh,
so I was doing some swerving.
Yeah.
Trying to, worked out. It was a good car, Rentec.
Ed thought you guys were totally messing with him. So were you messing with him?
Never messed with that.
There you go. That's pretty awesome, though. So what's that like winning here at Daytona?
Well, that's what we come to Daytona for, right? I mean, we could have won. I mean, you could have, should have.
You could have, should have.
But feels good that it finally happened, and it didn't look like it as well.
Yeah.
We had a few incidences, unfortunately, and if you look at the car, it's a little banged up.
That'll buff out, though.
That will be some work ahead.
Today,
like always.
Today seemed like the attrition of pistons and rods and windows. A lot of guys lost pistons. A lot of guys lost windows when their hood flipped up, and just all kinds of stuff like that. So, I mean, you guys put it all together, and here you are.
Well, it's an endurance race. All kinds of stuff happened until the last lap. We could have just ran out of fuel.
Yeah.
Last lap.
So you're gonna be able to get it on the trailer?
Maybe. Well, probably have to push it.
Yeah, there you go.
We have a winch too.
Yeah, there you go. Okay, cool. So, how scared were you of running out of fuel? I mean, other than swerving around, did you do anything different, like less power through the corners?
Oh yeah, I wasn't going full throttle for the last 5 or 6 laps and trying to draft everybody I could, and felt good. I'm gonna drink a bunch of beers at Buffalo Wild Wings.
There you go, man. All right, congratulations, Rentec winners here at Daytona.
But you gotta get the badge here.
There you go, powered by Rentec. There you go.
A little wrinkly too.
So, what kind of cars you work on? Just Mercedes?
No, we work on pretty much all European sports cars and luxury cars. But Mercedes is by far our specialty and our biggest experience for over 30 years now.
So where are you guys out of?
Stewart, Florida.
Okay. So you're down by our boss then?
Yes. He's the neighbor.
Yeah, there you go. All right, guys. Congratulations, then.
All right, thank you.
All right. Let's go find the 804.
Stewart, Virginia, of course, is home to the famous Wood Brothers.
You only have to drive this one? I can't compare, right? We'll come back to those guys. Well, they got to jack their cars up still, so. Yeah, we literally have a drain plug just fell out of it.
Oh.
Something drained out. So,
yeah, what?
Since you're here, it's pretty awesome, man. You finished up here on the podium, third place or fourth? Fourth at Daytona. Yeah.
And these cars were not even built; they were street cars. We bought them right after the IMSA race here at January. We had guys that wanted to come back. They enjoyed ChampCar, and then they were with us in 24 hours. They were in the Boxer that we actually sold because we didn't think we were going to be running it.
Right.
And then Eric said, "I can do this," while he's in dental school.
Right. How do you do that in dental school and put together race cars?
I have no idea. I don't.
He's young.
He's young. Doc says, yeah.
Young, and he doesn't know any better yet. He hasn't learned that he can't do it yet.
He's even taking appointments right now over there.
Yes, I can see you at 10 a.m.
He's checking their insurance.
The insurance?
Yeah.
All right. Well, congratulations finishing up at the top, man. Because I know this is a hard race to finish.
It's a very difficult race. It's a difficult track. We had suspension issues. It got loose, and that's why we lost the lead with an hour and a half to go. But the car was so sketchy. When Nelson was in it, he said, "I can't drive this. This thing."
Bill, speaking of Nelson,
see if we can get him suspension, and it lasted long enough. At start finish, I think it blew it blew up.
So what?
There's actually a drain plug.
I can see that. It's like leaking fluids all over the track there.
The drain plug fell out as we were jacking it up. Something I don't know what. Something did drain out, but yeah, it's great. They're great. They're great cars, and this is a very difficult race to actually finish. When we look with. I think 6 hours to go. There were 65 cars still circulating.
Yeah.
And that just tells you how much time it takes for those guys to be at the top of the heat.
Yep.
You know, and battling like this, it's a sprint race for 14 hours.
Yeah, that's right.
One little hiccup takes you out.
Yep, that's right.
And I'm happy for those guys that won. You know, they're fantastic job, ran a great race. Actually, they came back. They were hard for a little while.
Yeah.
And they came back. I mean, that's endurance racing.
Yep. So it is.
Yeah, it's not 13 hours and 59 minutes.
No, that's right.
14 hours.
All right, man. Congratulations out there. What'd you want, Doc?
I was going to see if you can grab Nelson.
Where's Nelson?
Other drivers.
Nelson was in the car last.
Where is he now?
He's sitting right here.
Hey, Nelson. So how was that drive? I heard it was pretty sketchy driving that car.
Yeah, at the beginning we had an issue on the rear with the rear axles, and it was so sketchy. And I was trying my best not to go to the garage, but it couldn't. It was really dangerous. So we started to go there. We fixed it, and then I went out, and we were running really quick laps. We were actually the fastest lap of the day on the car, and it was really quick, but we lost so much ground on the garage.
Right.
It was a fun car to drive at the end of the day. Yes.
So do you find this much better than winning the Rolex 24?
Yes. Especially Alex,
he gave me the hold it for people.
For people. Oh, for P4. Yeah. So where are you off next?
We are going to maybe Watkins, I guess, on the TCR class. We're working on getting the car together and see if we can go to the next race.
Sign up for ChampCar.
Yeah. And also we have a ChampCar on Watkins.
Yeah, cool.
So, all right. Excited to get back.
It's nice seeing you again, man. Last time I saw you up on the, I think it was Thompson.
Yes.
That's right.
Yes.
You were flashing around that flashy stuff.
Yes. Good to see you again.
Yes, it's all right, man. Congratulations, guys.
Thank you.
Thank you, Bill.
All right, let's go to the 412 here. Where's the 412?
We're here.
Wait. This is like where is he?
That guy. There he is.
Wait, a Miata in the front again?
I know, Bill. Listen, the last time you interviewed me, this was 2017, and we had our first ChampCar win. That's ChampCar then.
Yeah.
And you went, wow, an A-class car at Daytona. But listen, this was really a hard-fought win, okay? The team did a great job. The driving was great. I wish I could say the car was prepared well, but I messed up, didn't put the right brakes on it. We had some brake issues, but we persevered and kind of got lucky. You know, it's always better to be lucky than good, and we are here. I believe we were, 9th overall, and we win the class.
This is like your next door.
So much time on the paint job.
You shouldn't have spent so much time on the paint job, even though it's it's rap.
I know, right?
But we won't tell Doc what rap is because he'll think it's like music or something.
Yeah, so I'd like to thank Auto Technics, Jeff LeBounty, of course, my drivers, John Wilding, Nick Soriano, and Ev Vasquez, wherever he is. Ed brought it home. I was sure this thing wasn't going to last on brakes, but here we are, and it's a great day. And thank you, Champ Car. I mean, just awesome again.
Cool.
Awesome again. That storm was pretty crazy.
Yes.
And yet we pulled it off. You guys did a great job on pit lane, got us all out there, and here we are.
All right, guys. Congratulations.
Thanks very much.
Auto Technic.
Can we finally get a camera in our car, Bill?
No. I keep teasing him. Yeah, maybe one day I'll put one in there. All right, we did the Mini. Where's the EC, guys?
Mini already. Yeah, you got to talk to him. This is Lex. He came all the way from
How you doing, man? You came all the way down here. I've been seeing you all day. You've been smiling and waving at me.
All day because we have been having a great time. Love the Champ Car. It's amazing.
They let you drive, right?
They did let me
drive.
I did. I'm not going to say I was the fastest time of the day, but I was.
No, you have to say your fastest time of the day.
Well, they might. Right there.
No, you say that with him. You say, especially him.
The best of times.
Cool.
Oh, Daytona, under the lights. Reminds me of that old 90s game. Daytona.
There you go.
But it's so good.
All right,
so
man.
Good.
All right, guys. They're all, look at them over there. You put them on a podium.
Twice now. 2 for 2.
And he's not even like taking pictures because,
I hired a guy. He's right here.
Well,
right there. I just take photos.
There you go. All right. They're all photographers and stuff.
Yeah.
All right. So where are we? We did them. Oh, the BMW with 804 C-Class.
Love
804. You know, I want to say you guys are the loudest car out there, but
Thank you. By design.
So, did you see me out there taking sound tests?
Nope.
You didn't?
No.
Okay. Yeah, because it was like, it seemed a little louder, and then the next laps it wasn't.
I did not see you.
All right. So, what was it like out there? You're on the podium at Daytona, man.
Well, thanks. I appreciate it. It's great.
Was it? I mean,
A lot of fun.
was it? How hard is that at the end? Were you close on fuel?
No, we had half tank left.
So you got one of those 30-gallon fuel tanks? Oh, BMW, yeah. There you go.
Something like that. Yeah, it was fun. It was dark, fun. A lot of good racing going on. We enjoyed it.
Cool. Where are you guys out of?
Daytona Beach.
Oh, so it's a local race for you. So you're gonna
these guys too.
So you're gonna make the local newspaper then, right?
Well, these guys.
Is this their first race? Because I don't.
Is this your first race with us?
No.
No,
Okay.
Doc says it is. See, Doc's not very good at this this history stuff. He's talking to me in my ear.
Kennedy Cars. I didn't show Kennedy Cars.
What was your name before? Did you have a name? Have you always been Kennedy Cars?
No, this is we've been Kennedy Cars. We've been Agent Chrome.
Oh, Agent Chrome.
Agent Chrome.
Okay. See, Doc, it's Agent Chrome. You should have just asked me, man.
Oh yeah, right. Like you knew that.
So, where are you guys going to race at next?
To be determined.
Sebring?
Watkins Glen. Tell them to go to Watkins Glen.
Watkins Glen?
No.
Oh, come on. It's just a little up north.
A little bit of a track for us.
You're in Florida. Aren't they all snowbirds anyway?
But not us. We're all locals.
There you go. All right, guys. Congratulations. All right. Who'd I miss? Anybody?
Okay. Agent Chrome. Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Know them well.
So the BMW with all the plywood. Oh, Irish Viking Strong stickers on it.
Yeah, I remember that car. I don't recall it being a convertible.
I'm all right, man. So, this is sort of a jump car, and it's awesome, and it's on the podium.
It's a real jump car. Go look at the under the hood of this thing.
Let's see. Let's go look at the hood. He's even got the stock air box. I mean, how stock can you get? Holy cow.
And this car's got 280,000 kilometers on it. It's a Canadian car. And the head's never been off, motor's never been apart.
That's awesome.
It's pretty phenomenal. And it's the ninth time I ran Daytona here.
So, where are you guys out of?
We're out of, different places. The cars who live here, the New Smyrna Beach.
Yeah.
Local car.
So, what's it like being on the podium at Daytona?
It's pretty good. It's a long day, and it's a good place to be at the end of that long day.
There you go. All right, guys. Congratulations. Irish Viking Strong, right?
Thank you, Bill.
All right, guys.
Team London.
Team London, actually. Team London.
Yeah. Our friend Peter that used to
Irish Viking Strong is...
was that the guy on the hood?
No, the white.
Oh, okay. Cool.
killed in the track.
Oh, I did hear about that. So, all right, guys, congratulations, and we'll see you the next one.
Thank you, Bill.
All right, that's everybody, right?
Yeah,
I think so. Should I go interview the guy with the go-kart?
Wasn't that Tommy Burns' team name?
Yep. Yeah, he lives down here too, so yeah.
Gotcha.
Man, that was awesome. Sorry I couldn't spend much time on pit lane. We're a little short-staffed here, so I was doing multiple roles and yeah.
You were off looking for ice cream.
Yeah, true. I didn't find any, though. Wish I had. All right, guys, I am going to collect all my cameras before they suck them up with the vacuum cleaners they have here, the jet dryers.
Or blow them away with the jet dryers, yeah.
I will see you guys in a week at Road America, and I'm going to hand this back to Paul and Doc, and I will talk to you guys later.
Thanks, Bill.
All right, thanks, Bill, and thank you, everybody, for tuning in and watching the Champ Car Live broadcast again this weekend from Daytona International Speedway. I'm Paul Veltum. So for Doc Waldrop, Bill Strong, and Tiffany Alexander, we'll see you here. We'll see you in 1 week, folks. Thanks so much for tuning in.
Bye.